China's deadly bubble forehead disaster. The fact that beauty trends in China change every week is the reason this guy has a job, bro. Because I can't lie, he's pumping these out.
What are you looking at? Oh, I've just got a lot on my mind. And this mind has no wrinkles. So recently in China, having a bigger forehead has become the new influencer aesthetic. People are going into
Like, what? I know we're 2 seconds in, bro. I know you guys hate it when I pause too much, but what are we talking about, dude? Like, what evil genius is, like, doing this? I'm plotting what body parts should be enlarged next. Like, what are we talking about?
to beauty clinics to get this pill-shaped filler called baby forehead injections injected into their foreheads. And then they start physically molding your face to get the shape that you want. It was easy, fast, flexible, and gave people that cuter.
If they can mold it from the outside, then why can't you? Does it harden up? Because if it doesn't, what if I just sleep the wrong way? I sleep on my belly and I just end up with, like, filler all over. I don't know, man. I don't trust this. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock.
Forehead aesthetic. Except, months later, random bumps start growing and your forehead starts getting bigger and bigger, protruding outward. And if you try pushing it back in yourself, it'll start multiplying. And that's how millions of people...
Oh, what the hell? Yeah, at that point, you just gotta cut the whole head, bro. Just get rid of the whole thing. You weren't using your brain anyway. You don't need it, bro. Yo, he makes KSI look like he has the smallest forehead ever. That's not hilarious. It's sad, but it's hilarious.
started ending up with the so-called bubble forehead effect. Yes, the bubble saga continues, but this one might be the worst one, especially because you can go blind from it. Now, this all started because having a rounder and fuller forehead...
Out of your 5 senses, which one of them do you like? Would you be happiest to give up? What some people don't realize is that some senses affect you in ways that you don't even realize. Like, for example, if you can't listen, you probably can't speak. If you can't touch, then guess what? If you're touching something hot, like, your life expectancy drops significantly. I think smell has to go, dude. Like, that's the one where I don't really think it affects any other, like, part of my body. Correct me if I'm wrong, though.
forehead started becoming a beauty aesthetic. Who would have thought? Having a bigger forehead is now a trend. It used to be the opposite. Recently, the full forehead aesthetic has been going viral on Douyin because having a
Yeah, Douyin. Oh my god, Douyin is the devil in disguise. Every time I hear about this new trend that's killing people, Douyin, the Douyin models. Bro, if every person on Douyin is basically a blobfish that is slowly corroding, then why are people trying to copy them? Like, I'm so confused. Like, the Chinese government needs to, like, nuke Douyin because their people are dropping like flies.
fuller forehead is associated with looking younger, more beautiful, and healthier. It also gives the face a more warmer and
Yeah, look how healthy she looked when that single teardrop was falling from her cheek. Wow, so healthy.
looking younger, more beautiful, and healthier. It also gives the face a more warmer and pleasant appearance.
That was an advert for it as well. They're like, okay, you're gonna regret this. This is gonna be you half the time, crying. But look how you look while you're crying.
Influencers called this having a cuter forehead, which is associated with looking younger. The forehead is also a part of the face that reflects somebody's thoughts, emotions, and spirit. In Chinese culture, having a well-developed forehead will give you wisdom and health, and also...
Oh, shut up, bro. This is the equivalent of star signs in the US, bro. Yo, they would low-key hate me. My shit low-key goes inwards. Like, honestly, as far as surgeries go, like cosmetic surgeries, this is probably one of them that I need, bro. I do low-key got a Neanderthal forehead.
fortune, and possibly your credit score. While a flatter forehead can make your face lack definition, and it's also...
But you know what that means? That means it's a sign of high testosterone, because this brow bridge is influenced by testosterone, which I think, like, the higher the testosterone, it's somewhat equals to less intelligence, like, very marginally. So I kind of get where they're coming from, but it's like, it's so overblown and stupid. And I love when they just pull out measurements out their ass, like, just completely out their bomba. Like, they get the biggest idiot they could find on Douyin and get them to, like, scribble on a picture of a face, and this is the new beauty standard.
with you looking more angry, more intimidating, and it can actually affect your future luck. I mean, in China, many places actually require you to take a photo of yourself before you apply for a job. And if you match that beauty aesthetic, chances are you'll get the position. Damn, should have invested more points into my forehead. And for those who believe...
Yo, I can't believe KSI got this surgery, bro. KSI, what were you thinking, dude?
...that their forehead was too flat, forehead fillers had become the perfect solution to create a cuter and fuller shape. They call it the baby forehead aesthetic because it gives you a younger forehead. Now, the goal was just a small change, a little bump on your forehead to give you that S-shaped side profile. The goal is not supposed to look like you've got a lot on your mind. And this is where it gets pretty wild, especially in the way they perform these injections, because it is not no regular injection. No, there's an extra step. They physically use their hands and mold your face. First, you either choose forehead fillers, such as hyaluronic acid, my best friend. Or if you want even longer results,
something with acid that ends with acid and you're putting it in your face. I will be honest with y'all though, some plastic surgery does turn out very good, bro. I think lip filler on a girl, like we can sit here and say, oh no, it's disgusting and I would never do that. But let's be real here, it does look good on some people. The three cosmetic surgeries that I'm like not fully against, not that I agree with them, but I'm not fully against: lip filler, Botox, and the rhinoplasty. Low-key, anything else is like, it's borderline. Like for example, BBLs, you're literally risking your life.
you get fat taken from another part of your body. Either way, the doctor doesn't just simply inject one tiny spot and then magically your forehead becomes perfectly round. No, they inject the filler into your forehead to create this pill-shaped mold inside your forehead tissue. And when I say pill-shaped, I mean your forehead can literally look like there's this long rounded capsule sitting underneath your skin. Like somebody took a giant pill and then implanted it in you. The doctor then starts physically using their hands to mold your forehead. They press on the area with their fingers, spreading it, squeezing it, pushing it so that it's carved exactly.
But I still don't understand, does it harden up or does it just stay that way? Is it removable? Because like for example with Botox and whatnot, it like slowly corrodes. Does this just stay forever? And if they're gonna take it out, it's probably gonna be more difficult than putting it in, so you're just gonna have a big scar on your forehead. Not that this was a smart decision beforehand, it was at no point was this a good idea. All this so you look more smart? Like what is the point?
Exactly to how you like it.
Unironically, I think if you got this, you're probably like an idiot. You got room temperature IQ.
Sorry, but visually, this is wild because they're literally sculpting your forehead like a clay pot. Oh, I see now. It's just a new form of art, using your forehead as a canvas to create something gray, something beautiful, something that'll start growing. Now, the goal is to distribute that filler, so instead of remaining in that concentrated pill-shaped mold, the filler should become more evenly spread across the forehead.
Okay, I think she low-key needed it, bro. Because even with the pill thing, her shit is like hella slanted.
More evenly.
I will be honest though, the way I'm speaking from a guy's perspective. Like the beauty standards for guys, and this is a fact, like I'm not even like picking sides and whatnot, but the beauty standards for guys are much more relaxed. Like, oh, you've got a big nose. What Doja said? Oh, you've got a slanted forehead. Oh, who cares? How much money do you have in your bank account? Like, you get what I'm saying? The beauty standards are much less harsh on guys. So low-key, if I'm a girl and I had like some slanted ass forehead that looked like got dropped when I was a kid, I might need to get this, bro.
Spread across the forehead. Then, as the area settles, the filler is supposed to absorb into the tissue to give you that more fuller appearance, so you'll get that job interview.
Damn, she went from 80 to 20. What the fuck? Hold on, I might need to take it back, bro.
To give you that more fuller
What? No, but how old is she really? Because I bet she's like 23.
appearance, so you'll get that job interview. And remember what these injections were promoted for: foreheads that weren't full enough, or protruding outward enough, or have wrinkles. The hyaluronic acid was supposed to add volume underneath the skin and smooth out areas to get that baby forehead aesthetic that...
Could you not just use Botox for this, like on a serious note? Like anything that isn't gonna multiply and start like growing its own ecosystem in your forehead, so close to your brain as well. God, people are going blind because of this. Like I would have thought only 3 people in the whole of China got it. You're telling me there's enough people to where there's complications like going blind?
everyone wanted. Except months later, people started ending up getting these random bumps on their forehead, almost as if something was living inside and moving around. And what does any normal person do when they see that? They start molding it again and squeezing it back into place themselves. But first, I want to take a second to thank the sponsor of today's video.
We're not even gonna get into this, bro.
We put 10,000 account.
Bro said 10,000. Jit thinks I have 10,000 lying around. 90% of America's living paycheck to paycheck, bro. Who the hell what successful human being has 10k in his savings account if you're under the age of 25 or like 30 or 35?
They start pressing on it and trying to flatten out the bumps. And that makes it even worse because it starts irritating the reaction and your forehead just starts growing and protruding outwards. This is how people started ending up with the bubble forehead effect.
Oh wow, the new beauty standard. Did you see what the Doreen model just said? The bubble forehead is the new thing because they drew a diagram on some girl with a bulbous forehead. They drew a diagram on it and it's the new beauty standard. And it's meant to signify fortune. Yo, come here, bro, come here. What does the lump on my left testicle say? Huh? Because I know damn well it's not testicular cancer. I'm sure it's because I'm gonna get really lucky and I'm gonna win the jackpot. Yeah, I'm just playing. I don't got no lumps on my testicles, bro. Yeah, you should check though. And your breasts.
Foreheads don't just start growing and protruding because of counterfeit fillers. Basically, even just a slight bit of extra filler injected can make it start reacting due to the blood vessels inside of your head. You push the bump to one side and then another bump comes out the other. And unfortunately, the bumps are just the beginning. See, these injections were marketed as baby forehead injections for that baby face aesthetic. But
It's not even trying to look young, it's trying to look like really young. That's a concerning beauty aesthetic, man. What's the age of consent in China? Is it 18? I don't even want to search this up. This is some suspicious ass Google search, bro. Yo, I don't think I could even say that on YouTube. All I'm gonna say is 2 times 7.
these beauty clinics started secretly adding this material called polylactic acid to save money and speed up procedures. This is a form of plastic that's used in 3D printing and food packaging. And what makes this scarier is that some of these doctors think that these bumps are simply due to the fact that there wasn't enough filler in the first place.
Oh my god, of course! You are a genius! I need more lumps so it looks more even. If I have my whole face just one big lump, then I will look so young. I will be so fortunate and smart.
Because it's uneven. So when people go back, they inject more to balance out the bumps.
Ah, broski. Oh my god, bro. Like, he's a good looking guy as well. Like, what are you doing, man? Like, is it even attractive to look young on a guy? Like, do the beauty standards go both ways in China? Are, like, Chinese girls more attracted to younger looking guys as well? Like, why are you trying to look like you're 13, dude?
The bumps. And then they do the same thing. They start molding it together. So fix the problem with the problem. Why are we sending reinforcements? And that cycle eventually leads to millions.
Yeah, if you're digging yourself in a hole, just keep digging until you end up in China and go to the Douyin doctor so he can give you a better shovel so you can keep on digging your way to Mars, out of the solar system.
Of people having these extremely bloated foreheads. Even celebrities weren't safe from this. I mean, the Chinese actress Huang Yi was once filming a C-drama, and that's when netizens noticed there was a big dent on her forehead. And Huang Yi later posted pictures revealing 2 dents on her forehead, which she got from pressing down the forehead filler after it started growing. It's a lose-lose situation. You either let the bumps start growing bigger and bigger, or you press onto them and you end up with dents. Take a look at...
How about we take them out? Is that an option? That's an answer we still haven't gotten. How do you take them out? Do you have to like open up the whole brain? Because that would be very concerning because you're gonna end up with a scar.
Miss Lang, a 38-year-old woman from Huanggang, she one day basically woke up, saw herself in the mirror, and saw wrinkles on her forehead, which she thought was making her appear older. Then she heard that hyaluronic acid could remove or reduce those wrinkles. So she started looking into getting the treatment, and at first, she actually consulted several local hospitals. Meaning, initially, she was actually looking at these legit medical professionals. But there was one problem.
Oh, originally she was looking at the legit medical professionals. You're trusting with someone with a needle, forget your face, with right here, that is just operating out of their basement. Like, you don't want to save money on that. Trust me. You want to save money on tissues, toilet paper, get the two plies, the 2-fold toilet paper instead of the 3-fold. Yeah, save money on that. Do not save money when it comes to your bubble forehead procedure. For God's sake.
The price. You see, Chinese aunties don't just bargain for street food. We bargain for our healthcare. She discovered that a single injection at those qualified hospitals would cost around $300 to $400. And for Miss Lang, that was too expensive. So a friend of hers recommended her to a beauty studio. And you already know exactly where this is going.
Yo, I bet the friend of hers genuinely has like goo oozing from her ears, nose, eyes. Her bubble forehead is protruding. It's like a different human being at this point. But like she can barely speak because so much pus is oozing out of her mouth. And she's like, yeah, I'm gonna take advice from you. Like, that's the thing. It's so ironic because you're spending this money to look better, but you're gonna go cheap, so you're not gonna look better. You're just gonna look worse with more health complications. Like, what is the point? It's like the people that would put oil in their biceps. Like, yeah, you're gonna look big for 2 weeks before you look like you have a tumor growing on your tricep.
Beauty studio had a significantly cheaper option. Employees at the studio showed Miss Lang a bottle of medication and told her that it consisted of imported injections. From where? We don't.
Imported to China? Yo, how does that even work? China's like where everything is made. Because usually what happens is most things are made in China, even things that say made in the USA or made in Italy, but like there's very like specific legal rules around this. For example, everything's made in China, but then they ship it to the US and then put a label on it in the US. So it's a US product now. Like, it's more complicated than that, but that's basically how it works in a nutshell. But like if you're shipping to China, most of the time they would not bother. So like this was genuinely made outside China. I don't trust it. Like, ironically, it's not made in China. I don't trust it because everything's made in China.
You know, maybe our girl Wang Jing would know, and her clone factory might have them actually. So the price, $80. What a bargain. So she got the injection, went home, and the following morning,
Well, at least she made it home, eh?
She looked at her forehead and there were 5 massive bumps. So she let it settle for a while, and at first it did look like it disappeared. I mean,
the following morning, she didn't even look good for 2 hours. Instantly.
during this interview, she didn't have anything on her face. But literally just a couple months after, it came fighting back, and much stronger this time. The entire area on her forehead had become a large bump, and it started
Okay, but obviously the people who did this to her also got like some sort of legal scrutiny, because you can't just be out here handing out botched plastic surgery procedures. Like, what did you put in her forehead? Acid? Like, this should be criminally investigated.
growing outward. At this point, Miss Lang rushed to a hospital in Wuhan to seek medical treatment, and the doctors there believed that Miss Lang had actually been injected with a medication or substance of unknown origin. So even the doctors could not determine what had actually been injected, and mind you, it's only been a couple months. Whatever substance had been used had triggered a rejection reaction, causing
They deadass just went, yo, inject her with whatever. They grabbed the nearest thing and put it into your forehead. Oh my god, if every single person in that clinic is not in a jail cell right now, the easiest case you'll ever find. This is medical malpractice.
extreme bumps to grow out of her head. And now she has to constantly go outside with a face covering, all because of a couple wrinkles on her forehead. They also reported how most low-cost beauty salons have a 75% chance or higher of using counterfeit products. The clinics attracting customers using cheaper prices.
As much as they are wrong for doing that morally, where the F is Xi Jinping to go in there? I actually tried saying his name, I'm not trying to be racist. To go in there and persecute these people. Like, it should be illegal. Like, you see how widespread this is? The Doreen models are like deities over there. They're gonna copy anything. If they start jumping off of windows, the new beauty trend, jump off of a window. Every idiot in China is gonna jump out his balcony. Like, Xi Jinping needs to step in there and be like, okay, if you're not gonna do it right, you're not allowed to do it at all. And if you do end up doing it in your basement or something like that, or do it to yourself even, or even sell that product, you will be thrown in jail. Like, we watched a video about how China does not respect like self-defense laws at all. Like, for example, this kid that was getting bullied, they threw him a knife and they started fighting, and he ended up winning even though he was forced into the situation, and he still got years in jail. I think it was like 25 years in jail. Horrific, so sad, no justice. But when there's something like this,
will inevitably use cheaper materials. I mean, how else are you going to balance out your profits? And counterfeit products are only one possible explanation for these failed cases, because even with proper hyaluronic acid fillers, the amount you inject, the placement, the distribution, all of that matters. Overfilling or improper molding with your hands can easily make the forehead start protruding outward. You can't just go, all right, little more over here, a little more over there, and okay, perfect. Also, forehead fillers are not fixed. Chances are it'll deform, it'll start moving around, gravity will affect it, even your sleeping position.
yeah. Oh yeah, of course your sleeping position. Apparently you can mold it with your hands. If you're sleeping on your forehead, it's just gonna flatten out. I'm surprised it doesn't even harden, but you still haven't answered the key question. Can they take it out? What happens?
Will. So when you're freestyling on someone's forehead and molding it with your hands, you're pretty much taking a gamble on what's gonna happen in a couple months. Scratch that. It can actually come back to haunt you in a couple decades. There was a woman whose fillers started protruding out her forehead 30 years after the injection. Yeah, 30 years.
People were doing this 30 years ago? Like, this shit has been around, dude.
Back in 1996. I don't even want to know what materials they were experimenting with back then, when we're already getting these bubble cases right now. And this is where it gets really bad, because recently a new side effect has been popping up, and it's probably one.
Oh god, you know what she looks like? Because I low-key get this on my Instagram as well. I got some guy posted this in my Instagram comments. It low-key, like, it dug deep, because in that video specifically, I really did look like him. She looks like the ancestral king of Spain. Not Charles, the guy who was, he's notorious. He, like, died at the age of, like, 20 because of just the amount of incest. He looked exactly like this dude. Oh my days, it's a spitting image, bro. It's the new beauty standard, incest. Look at this woman crying. Look at the goo oozing out of her nose. This is gonna be you. Just give us more, just give us your money.
Side effect has been popping up, and it's probably one of the worst ones. Bumps, dents, bubble foreheads, okay, yeah, those are bad. But what if it starts affecting your eyes? This starts getting significantly more serious, because your face has blood vessels, and your forehead has a lot of them. And a lot of those are connected to your eyes. Which brings us to the most severe case of a forehead injection. A woman who walked into a cosmetic clinic wanting a cuter forehead, and then she went permanently blind. Recently, cases of blindness have been spreading everywhere because many of these unqualified
Well, at least she won't get to see the lumps that are growing on her fucking forehead. Let's look on the bright side here. Of course, she can't look. Yeah, I didn't even... That was not even on purpose, I swear to God. Let's look on the bright side. Just us, we're gonna look at the bright side. This idiot, I have zero sympathy. I don't know why. Usually I'm sympathetic. Fuck you, bro. Genuinely idiots.
professionals are accidentally injecting into a blood vessel, which causes blockage to your brain. This was a 25-year-old woman who visited a cosmetic clinic for injections to make her forehead fuller.
You know what's really concerning? Like, usually there's advertising laws, like you can't really like advertise cigarettes as openly as you can like chocolate. But in China, they have like applications, like for example, you open your banking app and you on your banking app get flooded with email with messages about spinning the wheel. And if you land on this specific sector, which you always will because it's a marketing tactic, they just want to give you the illusion that you actually want something. You get like 30% off a cosmetic surgery. Are you telling me that you are allowed to try to persuade me to permanently change the way I look by injecting an unknown substance into my face, or a known substance, but risk serious medical health complications for no benefit, no medical benefit at all, using price as the determining factor? Oh look, 30% off, you just won, we're gonna manipulate you into ruining your life. Seriously? And in a previous video he talked about how sometimes they have like packages, so they like clump up a bunch of plastic surgeries together. Like, it really is a cloning factory. Like, we're gonna make you look like literally every other person. It's disturbing.
The clinic was located in Xinyi district, and the treatment she received was packaged as the elf needle. Don't even ask me why it's called that. First baby forehead injection and now elf needle. If they ever make one for the guy downstairs, I'm folding. Now, this woman wanted her forehead to look more fuller and rounder, and you can see that there are multiple needle marks.
New Douyin trend, be hung like a donkey. That wasn't even a Chinese accent. I'm not being racist. Fuck you.
Across the left side of her forehead. Like a lot of marks. And during the injection, she had her eyes closed. While the doctor was working on her left side, suddenly she sees a flash of light in her left eye. No pain at all. But when she opened her eye, everything was completely black.
No.
She immediately told the doctor and nurse what had happened, and they later found out that they injected the filler into a blood vessel, which caused a blockage. The clinic then rushed her into an emergency room, and the hospital said that she suffered an eye stroke. They diagnosed her with central retinal artery occlusion. In other words, she became completely blind. What makes this entire story so disturbing is that this cosmetic clinic was licensed to do these procedures. Like, they weren't the cheap
Oh, they were the bare minimum, thank you, but oh my god, this is actually so sad, holy shit.
option. They were trustworthy and they had the certificate. After she went blind from the injection, the clinic stated that the dispute had been handed over to their lawyers and that both sides were handling the matter legally. Also, the person in
That's the one thing about China. Like, you can say whatever you want, you can give it all the praise you want. Some I will agree with, some I won't. Their legal system is flipping horrible. Like, that's the one thing where I'm so grateful for.
charge of the clinic and the doctor that was involved, no comment. And lately, all these failed cases of blindness due to injections started spreading rapidly. You see, there's just simply way too many important structures going around in your forehead, which is what makes forehead injections one of the most dangerous places to actually get fillers done. I mean,
It seems like all injections are bad, because again, BBLs is just like just as dangerous. You could literally risk death. They like inject it into like the biggest artery in your body or some crap like that. I haven't really dug into BBLs, but I know that you are risking your life every time you get a BBL.
cycle is just terrifying because at first, you get the forehead filler and you get a more rounder and slightly fuller forehead.
Low-key.
Then bumps start appearing, and then you get more to even out the bumps. Then more bumps start appearing. You get more to even out the bumps until your forehead just starts protruding outward and you get that bubble forehead effect.
Oh.
And obviously these cosmetic
Does it take away your eyebrows as well? What happened here, bro? Am I making fun of like a cancer patient? Like, if I am, then I apologize, but what the fuck is this?
procedures are sold through the success cases. One aesthetic starts trending, then influencers copy it, these clinics advertise it, and it's basically a beauty industry infinite money glitch. If there's one thing to take away from this, it's that, listen, your forehead might not be a baby forehead, okay? It might not have the maximum projection that you want.
Yeah, bro, drop the skincare routine. What the hell? He's actually glowing, like, genuinely.
But unless you want somebody physically molding your forehead tissue and ending up with a 7:3 forehead ratio, embrace your original canvas.
W message, man. If you guys enjoyed, subscribe. I love every single one of y'all, and yeah, see ya.